farmer actually wants to farm all the way up until where that line is.
Okay.
He did kind of say that he would leave this wood over here. It used to be a learning lab. But that's the only thing he's kind of said. Yeah, it's total 16 acres, and he was talking about leaving the 4 that the school's immediately on, but we're still talking about that.
Beautiful.
It is.
What about the woods there, the edge?
That's the learning lab.
Oh, okay,
the
great.
teachers who used to be here, the school was built in 1964, and they used to take the classes out, plant trees, do eco projects, and that was all in that little wooded area.
That's awesome.
So that he's talking about letting the school keep, and then just farming up to here. But one of the things they want to do was have a farm that's attached to the school, so the kids could see chickens and cows and just whatever kind of how their food happens.
What kind of farm is that? What type?
He is
organic or is conventional?
I think he's conventional. I think that financially, he seems like he's not. He's very anti the government getting involved in all the details of things, and so I think that he might be actually more eco-friendly than he appears. But going through all the process of being certified organic is just such a huge hassle anyway. But all of the land that's past it, he actually already owns. And I guess he had said that this used to be his family's land anyway, so he just kind of rebought back the land because he doesn't want anybody developing the site.
Right. That's awesome.
So yeah, there's actually a sign up that says it's a learning lab. And you can't see it. If you look through the windows on the other side, you can see that there's a center enclosed courtyard area that the classrooms go up to.
Yep.
So that part's very cool. We're talking about, there's a group in Springfield called Roads to Recovery that's an autism specialization group, and they want to rent space. They're already renting space in the other building, so we're trying to figure out what area would be better for them with the autism, which area would be more receptive to their students, and then having them have a separate entrance that they can use for that. When they came in and toured the building, it's in such good shape that they said we could actually just flip on the lights and go. It's just that we really want to make it more earth-friendly, sustainable, as much as we can make it passive. Because if it's supposed to be our philosophy, then it should be the whole philosophy, not just a mouth service.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're working on.
This is exciting.
It's very cool. It's very cool.
Yeah.
One of the other things I'm looking into is the natural playground. There's a movement right now that I'm glad is gaining momentum, and it's no plastic, no metal, nothing like that. It's okay, we have logs, let's put the logs up, let's let the kids find those things and play with those things that they're going to already be connected to in nature. So there was a playground here that they took down, which we're thankful for, because now we can look into doing that.
You know what I would love to do is teach a workshop in natural building, like have the kids all help build like a straw bale or cob structure to be like a farm shed or something like that.
That would be really good, because we're saying whoever is here, because the school's traditionally closed in the summer, if we have the learning lab and we have the farm animals, then we're going to have somebody caretake for them. So we need to build a structure for that person who's going to be here full time. And that's something that we were talking about. We would really love to be able to have somebody come in, a group that does permaculture and does those kind of things and build.
I might like to apply for that position.
See, that would be good. That would be good. That's one of the things that Braden's supposed to come talk to us about. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of interesting and fun things, and I really like that that's already a Montessori philosophy, connections. So we're going to try to do as much as we can with it. Right now it's propane heat. That absolutely cannot work.
Right.
So someone said that the geothermal might be a little difficult just because of the overall space and the way that it's built. They were talking about doing passive systems in each individual room. So we're kind of looking into that too.
Yep.
So we really want to see how many scholarships, grants, things like that we can get started, because all in our budget has to stay under $450,000. We can't go above that. So rehabbing 44,000 square feet for less than $450,000 and making it green might be a little rough.
Well,
and buying the building's probably going to be
you
around
may be
50,000.
surprised.
I hope I am.
Because the permaculture way is that, people who want to learn permaculture will actually come and pay to do the workshop.
And that's what I'm hoping we can get done.
Yeah.
That would be really good. And that's what I remember you talking about that a while ago.
Something like this would be a really highly attractive draw to a lot of permaculture.
Well, and it's cool. So, you're impacting generations to come.
Let's see, Forest Learning Lab. I see so much potential for this. Teaching
Well, and
kids
there's a
about
door right out this side that goes to it.
wild food and natural medicine and stuff.
I am a huge thing. One of my huge philosophies and huge belief systems that's intrinsic to who I am is that outside is another classroom, and it should be part of your classroom. So if you're not spending as much time as possible outside with your kids, you're doing something horribly wrong.
Right.
So I
totally
really want them
agree.
outside in their environment.
This is really nice. How deep into the woods does it go?
I don't know. I don't know the dimensions of that part of the area. But I'm thinking that you could probably find it somewhere online because there's a sign that calls it whatever it is.
Oh, let's look at the GIS maps. It's got property lines and stuff on it.
Mad River Green Land Lab.
Oh, cool. Excellent. And there's Husted Road. That's Husted?
Yeah, this is Husted. And this is Mad Township.
Okay.
I know he's planning on farming the entire side there.
On the other side of the street, or
no, right
over
here.
there?
Yeah, that side part
That field there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just kind of how much can we convince him that he doesn't really need?
Or how much can we teach him about permaculture?
That's true. That's true.
Yep. I think he'll just pick it up by being around folks that'll be wanting to help out.
I think that would be definitely. I mean, and as a farmer, I think that they already have so much more vested interest in the environment anyway.
Yep.
I was going to try to find
This is
one of the
awesome.
windows so you can see through. It just feels good.
What kind of tree is this here?
It's not a hawthorn. Crabapple?
Possibly.
Or a pine.
This is my favorite tree. Pine, just a pine favorite family.
I think if you look
Pinacea.
not through this window, but on the other side you can see through where the courtyard is in the center.
Oh, cool.
I'm trying to remember which window it is.
Well, remind
But
myself
on Monday
to
we'll get in with keys.
get
So,
some GIS and Google Map images to cut into here.
Okay. If I find those little- Yeah. So you can see
Oh yeah.
there's a center courtyard.
Cool.
And that's where we're hoping to have that whole kitchen, a kitchen garden.
So what's the approximate timeline?
She wants to be opened by fall.
Really?
Yeah. The building in the condition it's currently in can be opened by fall. It's just trying to get the as many changes done as we can as quickly as possible.
Right.
And then anything that we can't get done immediately, we'll continue to work on.
Good.
So, like I said, she's going, okay, I'm older and this is a large task and I want to get as much done as I possibly can get done so that I know that I've left behind something positive for the future. So that's what we're working on. The Montessori school currently has, just organically, about an 18% population of special needs children, and they're accepting Ed Choice vouchers from Springfield City because it's a failing district.
Yep.
So usually the tuition is over $7,000 per student, but they're accepting those kids. So it's very much grown. They're one of the most diverse Montessori schools in the nation. So a lot of good could come from farming. A lot of
Amen.
impact urbanly.
Have you seen the Greening the Desert video
I haven't.
by Jeff Lawton? Oh, it's a classic permaculture. It's check out. There's like several versions of it. Look at them all.
Okay. Well, I just keep thinking
Greening the Desert.
Greening the Desert.
Jeff Lawton.
I just really think about the, you know, Springfield is one of the most depressed cities in the U.S. And if that can have a green movement and that can have a turnaround, then it's going to be much more far-reaching.
Yeah.
So I would love to see generations who get caught up in it. But this is it.
Well, thank you,
You're
sister.
welcome. You're welcome. And
This
we'll
is
see
cool.
you later.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
All right,
so
you guys.
Monday.
This is what it is. Check it out. Peace out.
Bye.